Alright, enough of that. I'm actually here at a reasonable time. And by that I mean I did all of my usual freaking startup stuff before we, actually started. Except for getting the music going, because that's, one that takes a bit. Let me do one last thing while this is booting up. I can figure out where the goddamn thing is. What the fuck? Either way. I have no idea how long this is gonna take to freaking go. So let's, yeah, there we go. We've got audio. So let me... We'll hide the turntable for now. And I think we'll also hide the Potoroo. Technically the Potoroo should be hidden anyway because I should only really have it going during Christmas. If we're being truly fair. I also need to move that so that I can... Let's talk subject, that's not what I'm after. Do I not have... Bring this up. We don't need that to have the points on it anymore. And then I'll freaking... We're gonna start off with goals. We'll also start off with actually, what we've covered so far. So, as far as goals that we reached this past year. Let me actually see if I... Let me bring up Twitter, which is where the only place that I seemingly put my resolutions and goals from last year. Of course. That how I do it? I fucking love... Alright, here we go. So let me... How do I want to go about this? I guess I can just... Let me move myself into this corner, and then we'll bring up this. Oh, we can't actually do that. I'm not on the screen. Nope, that's not it. We'll just bring up this, and then I'll add my model to it. No, my model actually is on the screen. I'm just here. Because I haven't actually added my model since we got, you know, new things set up. So let's just blitz through this. Finish work on the 3D model. Obviously we did that. That's what's on the that was what was on the turntable that whole time. We boom 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 did that. We're good. Live 2D Nasu 3.0. We're good. I'd certainly hope that we're good, considering this is, what, the third outfit that I've done for it? If we don't count the default outfit, which I don't, because that's just in the base model. Learn music and make a song. This did not happen. Like I said when I was originally going through these, yeah, that didn't fucking happen. I couldn't get the software to cooperate with me, so it kind of got abandoned in favor of working on other things that I needed to work on at the time. Expand Syncope lore and share it. I kind of did that. I didn't wind up doing, like, the videos like I had originally kind of wanted to do. It's so weird actually hearing the Yoasobi version of that. But I did expand the lore. I mean, I've done the exploration series a little bit more. We'll probably wind up focusing more on, like, the genuine lore. We'll get, I mean, obviously, I'll get into that when we get into the goals and resolutions for this coming year. This year that has just started. Operatively. We'll give that a half check mark. Get better at the social media side of creations. Thanks to Blue Sky, I have actually succeeded at that. Improve my art is a bit complicated. There's certain parts of it that I have for sure improved in, other things that I don't know, the past few, I feel like I mean, it's partially because I've been in my own head for this, like, for the entire month of December, I was in my own head. Because let me go into, actually, if I go into this one, because we obviously have, like, I mean, that's from last year, the Bedu art's from last year, we have the swimsuit arc, which has a lot of nice ones in it. That one was really nice. My Flandre was really nice. The Dio was really nice, especially compared to last year where I threw it together in 5 minutes. I think this will actually show the contrast between... No, Skoo's not next to Skoo. Fleshy Art was really nice. Skoo's one apart from herself. I feel like I got better with like some of my posing and whatnot. Rather than like some of the more generic poses that I was doing. I obviously have to work a bit more. Faces is one thing I definitely want to work more on. Proportions and whatnot, and trying to get the eyes to freaking have more variation to them, especially because let me actually go to this. I'll actually bring the talk subject up. Let me find the piece that I want to use as an example. And by that I mean I want to... I know it's in Friend Arts. It's... Is it labeled... Is it Mural Rhea or Rhea Mural? Mural Rhea. This one. Let me pull this up. And then Mural's face, I feel like I could have done better on. Personally. I like Rhea's face for this one. Mural's face, I feel like I could have done a little better. Especially considering yeah, the swimsuit piece like right before it. Which is just the variant that I like the most. Everyone likes this variation of it the most. I like this face a lot more. I remember distinctly, though, that for the Pride one, Mural's face gave me hell like the entire time. I could not, for the life of me, figure out what I wanted to do. And then I've got other ones where I'm like this. The proportions are off. I don't really like how how like the faces are in this that much. There's a few aspects of certain things that I really wish that I had done a little better. Violet's I actually rather like how it went. I still gotta figure out how to properly do teeth the way that I want them to, from different angles. That's kind of gonna be probably one of my focuses this year, is faces is one thing I've wanted to work on, and I guess that, you know, bringing up resolutions is a good time as any to actually go for it. There was one that I really liked how the face came along. It was at about the same time as this one. It wasn't the Bedu one. Was it one of the Nasus? Or was it... There was someone that has fangs that I freaking used, There's a really good Okayu piece that I used as a reference for it. And it kind of finally got my brain to click with how I wanted teeth to look. Was it... I'm gonna open this up, like, on my side. No, it wasn't that. Was it the blue sky one that I did? Yes. So let me hide this for a second, because I don't know how anal Twitch is gonna get if I freaking just straight up bring it up. Let me move this here. But I used it as a reference for the teeth on this, which is why they actually kind of bend the way that they're intended to. But then we have the end of year pieces, and I'm not going to show the Christmas piece, but I will show the New Year one. I'm not the biggest fan of how this one turned out, to be honest. It's not like bad, but I feel like I could have done better. So I don't know. I mean, if I bring up it's in tats, friends, art summary 2024. But here's everything from this year. And I've got ones that I really, really like. Like, I like this one. Hey Lightroom, how are you doing tonight? And then I like this one. And then pretty much all the ones down here I like. The patchouli, I'm a bit wishy-washy on the face. Because I'm still not very comfortable with how I do cheebs. And the Cherno, I wish that I'd gotten this arm on this piece. I'm not a huge fan of how this arm came out in the Cherno piece. I feel like I could have done better. But I did start off a bit strong with, you know, one of my better versions of Nasu's old design. Oh shit. Back before we actually separated the hair strands out rather and had like the shell still, as I call it. But you know, that's just kind of how it plays out in the end, I suppose, to a certain degree. The brain goblins really did mess with my freaking brain for this last little bit. What did I even put on my, Oh right, the December one was the one that I made, along with this outfit because I had a light bulb that hit while I was messing with it. Either way. This year's goals and whatnot. I mean, the easy goal first, I guess. 500 on Twitch. It's probably the easiest one because I'm already 90% of the way there, pretty much. I'm at 452. So, I don't feel like that's going to be very difficult since I, on average, double my followers every year. I think that that one's the goal that I want to freaking actually emphasize. And I feel like I should put these in like goals rather than resolutions. Resolutions should be things that I control, like full stop. And then goals are things that I like would like to achieve. So if I were to have like a resolution, I suppose that one resolution that I do want to do is shit, I lost track of it in my brain. Oh, right. Alright, we need to freaking... Something like that is more like an actual resolution because it's something that I directly control. It is something that I achieve, that I set myself to do, rather than it being in the hands of others, technically, like the number goals are, which is a bit of advice I got given by... Was it Giga or Girl DM that did that? Because a lot of people like to put, like, their achievements and whatnot and be like, oh, I want to reach X level at this by this point, which they then beat themselves up because they don't reach it when there's more than just their level of work that goes into it. Because, like a lot of people say, you can be the best streamer in the world. You can put the best content out that anyone has ever seen, but, well, I mean, if no one sees it, then you don't really get anywhere. So that's why there's some people that I try and give this advice to in the art community rather than, because I'm not like major streamer, but I know how to freaking avoid burnout a little bit better and whatnot. But I see a lot of people in the art communities that I'm in that'll beat themselves up because they reached like 1,000 likes on one piece a while back, and then they're like, I can't reach that again. I'm the worst artist ever. When it's not their fault. Like, they could... Because they're trying to label what is in the algorithm's hands as their fault. And they're using... Well, I say the algorithm because it's Twitter that they're freaking going off of. So they'll be like, oh, but I got this many because I did fan art of, say, Henya or something. But I did this art piece of, I don't know, what's, Frieren? Frieren? I'm giving a random example of a character that was popular in the past year. And it only got, like, 100 likes. It's like, yeah, people aren't going to see it as much, and, like, on Twitter, what are people going to be looking at? People will skim Henya's art tag. People won't exactly just go freaking randomly looking at Frieren. Frieren? It'll occasionally trend on Twitter, but fuck. It's also going to be overshadowed by a lot of other trends that go on because Twitter is a cesspit that wants to constantly freaking get people arguing because that increases ad revenue. Which is why even with my hyper-tailored following feed, I'll wind up still getting trends of stuff that I don't care about, like whatever X political topic is going on right now. I'll still get, sometimes I'll get the VTuber stuff that I want. I'll see, like, Mouse is trending, or Henya's trending, or Doki's trending or something, but it's always surrounded by 30 other things that are not. I really have to pee. I'll be right back. I would normally freaking try and hold out, but I've got a half hour left until actual ad break. Alright. Yeah, sorry about that. Like I said, I normally would have freaking waited until ad break to actually do that, but I really had to pee. But yeah, I think that people, I know that there's people that I talk to that are going to be still... Hold up, let me readjust my freaking blanket here. There we go. But, like, it's one thing that I actually saw someone else mention in one of the servers where one of the people was talking about how they had X, Y, and Z happening. Is that what you want to be known for, kind of deal? Because there's kind of a discrepancy between having a certain thing that you'll wind up being known for and having you gotta strike a balance, I guess is the best way to put it. If you want to be known for your characters, then you're gonna have to obviously do your characters. I would like to do, maybe that'll be one of my resolutions, one Nasu piece a month. Now that the exploration series is kinda on hold because I'm in a weird spot on that. But like, some people will be like, I want to be known for my characters, and then exclusively do, like, fan art of people. Or they'll decide that they want to go on an entire arc where they exclusively try and gain following by doing large creator fan art and whatnot. Also, let me remove this before I forget. But they'll try and do that, and then they'll, if they don't get X amount of freaking likes or something from it, then they'll get mad about it. And I get it, like, when your income is based off of your art or whatnot, it does kind of suck to not get it recognized. Speaking from experience. But if you want to be known for your characters, you should work on your characters at least as much as you work on other things. If you want to be known for your level of fan art, like Grape, which is a very common name, I know. But Grape does a lot of Juniper art, and they are fantastic. Their art style is fucking amazing. Just yapping about, pretty much. Got sidetracked talking about art stuff. But like, that's kind of what they want to do, is they want to emphasize their art style slash a lot of the fan art that they do. So it works out. I don't know if they, like, secretly beat themselves up about it and whatnot. Fair enough, question mark? But I think that that's a good example is... I don't want to say names of the people that beat themselves up, mostly because a lot of the time I will wind up freaking talking a bit of shit due to some of the ways that they do it. Like I've mentioned a few times, one of them will focus on doing something that they absolutely hate, not get the level of attention that they want, and then they'll act like the world is ending, and then when they get told, hey, why don't you do this thing, they'll be like, oh, hey, buy I can't, it's not popular enough. And it's like, why do you... Like, you just complained about the fact that you didn't get the likes on the thing that you classified as popular anyway. Why are you drawing Arknights when you don't enjoy Arknights? And then scoff at something that you do enjoy just because it's not popular. My favorite one was they posted in the server that I'm in with them their Pixiv tags of the year, their top viewed tags. And one of them is AI illustration, and we made fun of them for it and whatnot. And it's like, well, AI does more interesting poses and X, Y, and Z, and tried to make like all kinds of excuses. And it's like, my guy, if you're using them as a reference, you're clearly not doing anything. You do the exact same freaking 3/4 hand on the hip pose every single goddamn time that you draw anything. So you're clearly not just taking inspiration from it. And also, if you think that AI art is the only thing that does any creative poses, you have a severely limited viewpoint. Because AI art doesn't just make shit on its own. And it doesn't really have that interesting of poses anyway, in most cases. That's if the poses are even physically possible for a human being at all. Shout out to the... Oh, it's totally not AI art that I freaking had get past my filter freaking earlier this year. I forget where it was. I was looking... I know it was during the swimsuit arc, because I was looking for references for... I forget if it was beach towels or beach umbrellas. But the forearm of the character was like 3 feet long. And it wasn't tagged with AI art, and I'm like, I think that that's a bit wrong, my friend. But, nah, that's beside the point. The point is that that was so heavily in the coping of their stupid shit. That is a very dark sample image. Or a sample tag on it. Also, why the Hollow Live play button looking thing. That being said, though, I think that I will add that to my resolutions, though. Fair enough. If we do that. Let's put these on here so that I actually... I do have one more thing that I want to for sure put in goals. Because, good lord, I mean, that's kind of what where we're gonna start off with. Is we're running a marathon after things settle back into their proper scheduling. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do for the marathon, because a lot of it's going to have to be yapping, because when I have absolutely nothing else going on. Let's see where we're sitting. I just tabbed over and it was at 91% of my CPU usage. OBS on its own is out here eating up, on average, 35. And that's after I turn the GIFs off. So yeah, I wanna upgrade things. The difficult part is, I mean, I've been told that I shouldn't worry about as much of it because it is a business expense, even though I'm spending money on myself, kind of deal. But, God, freaking... Part of it being, like, me trying to raise funds for it actively is a weird thing, because it's spending it on myself rather than it being, like, every other one where I've either... The list of things in the past is a lot of medical bills. Because we had 2 different events where it was my mother's medical bills. We had... funeral cost one. We had September. We've had cat medical bills, and then the only one that wasn't related to medical or tangential medical is the roof fixathon from last anniversary. Head honcho? What? What am I the head honcho of? I'd like to be able to do a Nasu piece, like, for every game that I start doing. But at the same time, there's a lot of games that I have no idea if I'm going to be able to play because of how much CPU my freaking OBS alone takes up. I haven't consumed anything aside from ham and potatoes. I should also, like, technically, if it's shorts, I should also keep up better with other video platforms. I don't like using it. I don't like saying the thing. Freaking... We went to one of the things that was streaming the ball drop thing near the end. And we got there like 15 minutes early, and they spent so goddamn long talking about exclusively politics bullshit. And I was so goddamn annoyed by that. It was just... I was so tired of that shit. But I don't know how I got from point A to point B on that. The point is that I don't have a lot of faith in my current rig for a lot of games that I have lined up, and that means that I don't know exactly what I would do as far as art for I'm doing this game currently. Oh, right. How I got to the freaking tangent on that. Apparently, for the 17th time in the past, like, year, TikTok's being talked about being banned in the US, you know, because that totally has happened any of the 17 times that it's been on the chopping block before. Either way, that's neither here nor there. But the full upgrade to the rig, I'm gonna start doing a marathon of various things. I'm gonna also be experimenting a bit more with times on things. In order to see if I can work on... How do I put it? Learning algorithmic shit. I just had something flash before my eyes, what the fuck? But assuming that I have my GPU spoken for, which I need to reconvene with the person that mentioned it once she's, you know, actively available again. It does knock out about a third of the predicted cost. That still puts us at, like, needing $1,000, though. It's like $1,100. So, not really a comforting thought. Especially when part of what has me worried is that full shutdown. I don't know. Like I said, I'm more than a little concerned. That being said, though, I have a few plans up in line. I need to do catch up, though, which will probably be what's on the agenda after tonight. / this morning. So we'll see how that plays out. Oops. Jesus Christ. I haven't even drank anything and I'm freaking unable to goddamn type. Can I do font size or do I need to... Let me shrink this down. If I... Yeah, that's not bad. I want to keep things a little more simple. I've gotten close to this one on squats at the very least, in a single day. We'll set it to 5, we'll say 500. This might be subject to change if I add more exercises to my repertoire. I mean, I'll definitely freaking be improving my health significantly after the holiday's over, and I'm not freaking eating like garbage anymore. Because I get to play cleanup for a lot of freaking stuff. Which is fun because every other portion of my family decides that sweets are the only way to celebrate the holidays. I mean, aside from, you know, the ones that live in the same house as me. This is why it's a problem. It's because no one in my house really eats sweets all that much. I'm debating as to We're adding merch to the freaking resolutions. I'd like to be able to attend a convention again. I haven't attended a convention since 2019. So we're at over 5 years now. Sarah actually talks to you? I see how it is. Freaking go and mention something to her, and she freaking doesn't say shit. She's doing the thing again where she gets afraid of me, I guess. The difficult thing about, like, especially ones like Offkai and whatnot, is they're over in California, which means I need a fucking plane ticket. I know that freaking, when it comes to stuff like Offkai and whatnot, then those are the primary ones that I'd want to go to anyway, because that's where most of the people that I want to see are at, but I don't know. What was another one of the, another thing that I was thinking of, like, having on this? I don't think that I'm in a position to, like, do a partner push or anything. Unless, you know, freaking the view bots. There's a freaking view bot problem going on Twitch right now, by the way. I was watching two different people yesterday that normally hover around, like 70 to... One of them was someone that hovers around like 30. And then another person that hovers around 70 to maybe 100, depending on what they're doing. And I thought it was just like they got raided a few times because they were doing an event. That was Harper. So I was like, alright, cool. Freaking Harper's getting the recognition that they deserve because they're doing like a special event and they're getting raided. And then I'm like, it's weird that their followers haven't gone up. And then they raided into someone and it was like, the person was at 200 and it's like, what the fuck? And then I saw it happen again with another artist that I follow who is around like 50 or 30 or something normally, and then they were at like 3K and I'm like, that's weird. And then I went to Twitter, of all places. And people were talking about freaking how there's been view bots that have been going around. I was like, oh, fucking great. Happy New Year, Alwyn. How you doing tonight? I think that, like, 1K is very doable on YouTube, especially considering shorts and whatnot exist. Because I can... get a sizable jump from a short. Twitch is the difficult one on that. Hopefully your new year was either eventful in a good way or quiet. Mine was on the quiet side, mercifully. Oh, good. I forgot that I actually did make it to where this model keeps, all the auto-redeems. I just have to make sure that I freaking, if anyone does legs, to set myself into the right spot, because it's set for legs in the instance where I'm doing a game or something. It depends on the type of excitement for me. The problem is that the excitement that I normally wind up getting is not the excitement that I want. I would like freaking, you know, an outing or something where things are enjoyable. The excitement that I get instead is, oh shit, something happened, now we're all sick. Because every time that there's an event now, we gotta freaking have sister-in-law or something. Regardless. Another one that I want to do. Oops. I thought I'd enter on that. Do I want to do it by month or by week? I think I'll go by month. The fun part is that freaking, based off of what I normally do, none of it will ever be feet unless I freaking decide to just do a bunch of Starraway fan art, because she's the only one that I know of that freaking does any feet stuff. And I don't give a shit about feet because I ain't exactly rocking standard feeties. Sachi is fine with my feet as they are. After all of that badge of honor didn't exactly get formed by human feet. Yeah, I've gone to a few concerts. I haven't gone to anywhere I've had, like, major problems with it, so... That's not my breed of tism. I don't know. I know it's marketable. That's all that matters. Like, even on an artistic merit, I don't really see any real need for it for most poses. Outside of direct monetization purposes. Which is ironic because I think... How many of them were there? There were at least 2 where I freaking actually did put more effort than I should have in the design for my feet in them. Like, even the Easter one freaking had more than just them in a straight line. But I already have a few different aspects that I want to focus on. As I mentioned earlier when we were talking about art, faces for one. I want to get more consistent with my shading because, like, let me freaking adjust myself here. Like, we have this, where the shading is really nice. And then we have other instances where it's, like, less, so I don't know what I would use next as example for that. Aside from, obviously, ones where there's no shading. Like... Oops. Like, there's no shading on this at all. I didn't even know which one I still had on there, I just knew that it was probably one of the ones that I didn't have any shading on. But yeah, I'd like to improve in certain aspects. And I'd also like to get back to doing actual studies, because it's been... When was the outfit trend one? I think that's the one that I last did a semi-study for. Back in August? Yeah, so it's been a hot minute. Let's see here. Sure. But yeah, I don't know. Feet ain't my thing, but I know that people freaking enjoy it, so... It is what it is. Let me I'd also like to get to 10 active subs per month on Twitch. I did the math, and I think that that's what I would be able to get paid once a month via Twitch. I believe that's what my math settled on, which would be nice. Well, I've had a few close calls due to certain instances where I freaking had something happen. I just don't have the ability to freaking squeak something out on that. It would also allow me to actually freaking accelerate my money saving. Which would be nice. Is there any other real, like, goals/resolutions that I want to do? When it comes to conventions, honestly, I hadn't even really thought much on, like, what convention I would want to do. Because it's been so goddamn long since I've done one. And then I don't know. I mean, obviously we've got resolutions like update lists, but that's stuff that's due to it being goals from the cat fixathon, as I'm going to label it. We had the roof fixathon, ended it off with a cat fixathon, might as well freaking call it that. I might set up a few, like, smaller goals for the computer marathon, where I'm trying to raise money for a new PC, / putting some of them on Throne. Putting some of the cheaper things on Throne, I should say. I don't really want to put another thing that's on the pricier side on Throne, because even with something as simple as the relatively cheap CPU, crowdfunding led to it eating a not insignificant amount of the money that was tossed toward it for something that was down by like 25% from what it had listed by the time that it happened, because I can't adjust that at all after it happens. After I put it down, I should say. So, yeah. I don't know what exactly I am going to do, like, if I were to do anything game-wise for the marathon. My brain wants to go through, like, GTA. It's not a terribly intensive thing until I get to, like, 4 and 5. But then there's the chance that we don't reach a goal by the time we get to, like, 4 and 5, and then we have a problem where it just has to die for the time being. Four could probably be squeaked by, but 5 is definitely too intense for streaming on my current setup. Because Dia's got a better freaking rig than I do, and she couldn't stream 5 at a reasonable rate. We'll see how it plays out, though. There's a few tricks I have up my sleeve. Surprised it was actually an ace. Too bad I have exclusively kings in my hand. Never understood how people, like, do that in, I mean, I know it's because plot. That's the answer. But, like, every time there's a cheating scene in a freaking gambling movie, it's always, aha, I just happen to have, out of 52 cards, the only card that is A, what I need, and B, isn't already accounted for on the board. Well, table, but still. I never fucking understood that. I want to see one where they, like, are setting up to cheat and they're just immediately fucking called out or something. I mean, I guess it did kind of happen in one movie, but no one gave a shit apparently in that one. No one was counting the freaking cards. All 4 of one card freaking already got played, and then suddenly, oh hey, there's a 5th one now. Where the fuck did that come from? Who knows? Surely not me. This song is very quiet. I actually don't know what I'm gonna do for, like, a major themed thing this year. Like, obviously last year I had, like, the entire swimsuit arc for summer. But I don't know what I'm gonna do this year. Maybe the artist I'll see something in the summer. Or maybe something will come along, you know, as a trend during the summer by chance. You know, one that, and hopefully not be a dog shit trend. I'm gonna be honest, there's some trends that are just dog shit. And it's like, yeah, okay, that's cool and all, but it's not It ain't my thing. I think it's bad. Quality-wise. Idea-wise, conceptually. Just not good. More power to him for doing them, but... I wonder what the obligatory descendant of the Virgin Killer sweater is going to be for this year. I mean, we're kind of running out of ideas as to what they can be, I'd imagine. Because we've had so many just kind of... And we're already reaching the point where they don't make any sense, and some of them are physically impossible outside of an art setting. Oh yes, I would like a woolen thong. It totally won't be itchy as all hell. And be absolutely disgusting to have to freaking wash. I don't actually have a problem with this past year's iteration of it. I just think it's stupid and goofy. Positive, complimentary, whatever you want to call it. I mean, the base concept is stupid and funny. So I'm not going to go and say, you should feel bad for continuing to do it. I like making fun of it, regardless of my actual opinions on it. I mean, for Christ's sake, this is my winter comfy outfit, and I am wearing probably the least amount of clothes out of any of my outfits. Exposed shoulders, midriff exposed, freaking... X, Y, and Z. My sleeveys are completely freaking over my arms, but that's about it as far as... you know, logic goes. Is it Year of the Dragon? The only person that I know of that comments on Year of whatever says every year's the Year of the Dragon because she's a dragon fucker, so... It's true, it's not Lunar New Year. That won't stop anyone from freaking, for the first, like... Ironically, I think that most of the freaking Lunar New Year art that people do ends, like, right before Lunar New Year actually happens. Which is very funny. When is Lunar New Year? I can never remember when it is. This year it's actually January 29th, apparently. I don't know if that changes every year, because I thought it was also February or later. That happened a while back, too. It's actually has been ruined since earlier in December, whenever I freaking made the most recent art piece. Or whenever I made the piece about this outfit. Is it gonna be the year of the snake? You know, I don't care if I freaking misspelled that. It doesn't fucking matter. You shouldn't call your goddamn images image.png, piece of shit. Yes, yes, Tier, we get it. You hate feet. You have commented on it every single time that I've made a model because you have always shown up while I'm working on the feet. To the point where when I was working on Tebber's most recent design, I actually called out, okay, well, I'm working on the feet. Tier's going to show up now. I think that you were off doing your training in the mountains or whatever it is that you've been doing. But it was... let me actually pull out the piece. The piece that I'm always afraid of because it shows hip, and Twitch hates anyone freaking showing anything. But that's... the feet are... one of the feet is very close to the screen, so... Sachi commented that to Tebber, and Tebber immediately ratted Sachi out. Poor Sachi will never trust Tebber again. I still want to freaking find one of the references that, get the pose that I want for, like, a standee. In truth, it'd probably be the mouse pad that freaking winds up getting chosen because it's easier to find a pose for a mouse pad than it is the specific one that I want, despite the fact that I used to see that pose everywhere. Apparently, everyone just vanished with that pose afterward. It's sort of like the original idea I had for my... was it my starting screen that I was going to have for it? I think it was my starting screen that I originally had the idea for, of Nasu freaking having the scythe buried and then the ground blade with the blade buried in the ground and then lying on it like a... and then using like one of the feet braced up against the little notch that freaking shoots out the other side in order to not slide off. My art, I can see it, but I can't find a good reference for the pose that I'm after, so I just get to eat shit for it. Meanwhile, the freaking mousepad idea is significantly easier to find a pose for because there's like 3 dozen ass mouse pads out there already. That's an understatement. But like a lot of people have ass mouse pads. But I'd like to get something at the very least. Like if I really wanted to, like I said when I was throwing around the ideas the other day, I could just use one of the images that I already have set in a print size, a print resolution. Because actually the one that I was just showing him a bit ago, freaking... This one is in a aspect ratio that is a standard print size. I think it'd be cool to, like, have a booth at a convention, but I'd need the ability to actually go to a convention first and the money to freaking pay for a booth. Also, going to a convention as an artist, like, with a booth is... well, a full-time job. You are not really going to be leaving your freaking booth for most of it. It's not like like a lot of streamers that have booths set up and whatnot where they can kind of, they only have to be at the booth at certain times and whatnot. For like meet and greets or what have you. I do kind of wonder, like, what my art eye is going to give me for some of the art stuff that I want to do. I do need to shift my priorities a bit on birthdays and whatnot. I also need to just set up a calendar and whatnot for birthdays. That way I can actually go ahead of time on what they are and anniversaries rather than suddenly getting sprung upon me because I didn't check my freaking solo Discord of, oh shit, this is on this date, oops. Or finding out because they're going live with, it's my birthday. That was also... How many times did that happen? It happened at least 4 times over this last year. Part of me keeps freaking wanting to say this last year, despite the fact that I just say the last year now. I mean, for some people, it's still in last year. Yeah. Because I think we've got what? California, Alaska, and Hawaii left in last year. I think that my math's right on that as to what's left. Because that'll put us what? I don't know. I think my math's right on that. I may take my break a tad early again, because I really, really have to pee, because I had tea. Oh, I know a couple of the resolutions that I want to do. Okay, I'm going to pee that way, because I do want to discuss those when I put them up. I think I'll hit ad break a little early too, so that I'm not freaking offset as much anymore. Nah. No. Alright, now where was I? Oh, right. Do I want to put it in resolutions or goals? I think I'll put it in goals. Because it kind of does rely on other people a little bit. It's a goal that's more focused on me, but hi. You're such a noisy lady. Such an attention whore. Yeah, you're free to lay there, that's fine. Why did that do that? Huh? That doesn't seem right. Do that, though. I do want to try again for the, like, once a month reaching out to someone and doing a collab. Like, obviously, this last year, we didn't do a whole lot of VTuber Vault. Okay, fine. I guess you want to keep your hand on my hand. There were a few people that I wanted to that, for one reason or another, it didn't work out. One person that I do want to do a VTuber Vault with at some point is Ovi. I've just been kind of putting it off even asking her because she's been working on rebranding. And I know firsthand how like crunch time and whatnot is. And how little else you want to do when you're in the middle of like working on stuff like that. Like I was in crunch time for what, 4 months last year? Near 5 months, I believe, because I started in December. But I know very well how it is. So I've been not wanting to really ask her until she's done with her rebrand stuff on if she wants to, come on to VTuber Vault. But I'd like to like reach out to people because I'd like to, A, just in general, do more collabs. And B, it's one of the things that did kind of get into my brain gremlins. It was recurring brain gremlins on top of that. It's like just seeing people reaching out and collabing. And wishing that I had or like mentally could or whatnot. To the point where it became kind of an envy kind of thing at certain points. where I would just outright get pissed for no good reason. Aside from the fact that someone else had, like, the capability mentally to reach out to people to collab, and I didn't. Whether it be with people that I wanted to collab with or not, it's just the concept there. I would get just pissed. And I wound up getting pissed at the person when I was more pissed at myself, theoretically, like, in actual truth on it, I suppose is the best way to put it. And obviously, then when that whole thing happens, I freaking wind up isolating. As I always do. I'll stop showing up in certain places or freaking just separate myself from it. Which is very wishy-washy on where it actually sits. Because on one hand, yeah, it's better than just freaking being an asshole and yelling about it. On the other hand, it doesn't really do a whole lot to just freaking, I don't know. It's just how I do. And then I freaking... I got a few separate times where I was actually tempted to just, like, full separate from the regions affected. Like, leave servers and whatnot. I don't know. Oops, I didn't actually hear it on my BRB. But yeah, long story short, I'd like to collab with more people. And, like, interact more with people. Because, like, I know I've got outright, like, friends out there and whatnot that would almost certainly just say, yeah, sure, just freaking say a time and day or something like that. Problem is that we're currently in a state where a lot of games that are very collab are not in the cards because, well, we're back to the need to upgrade my PC. VTuber Vault is less intensive on that, because I pretty much just need to have VTube Studio and then OBS. Which, as long as I don't have any, like, the GIFs running, I can probably still do pretty well. Even with me dual streaming. Which is part of the reason why it eats up so much, I think. I mean, almost certainly, but still. This isn't exactly like a resolution or anything, but I would like to also shift around my schedule a bit. I think I mentioned this earlier when I was discussing stuff. I do want to experiment a little more with schedule and whatnot. because orienting my schedule a bit different might be helpful just in general. Like shifting around to stream early and then freaking be able to do stuff later. The difficult part in that, and like deciding on that, is that a lot of regulars just don't have the option to show up in cases like that. And then people like would wind up starting to miss streams and whatnot due to that. I don't know. It's a very give and take kind of deal. Because I know that, like, for example, Kraka, when she started doing streams earlier in the day, I'm just plain asleep at the time. It's just plain impossible for me to catch the streams because I'm asleep when she's streaming. Part of what she's been streaming has been a lot of stuff that I want to avoid spoilers on anyway, so, like, I probably would still wind up being in majority lurk mode anyway, but the point still stands. Do you mind not getting in front of my camera? Goddamn cats. You're gonna scratch at the door, aren't you? I might do some sit down and research kind of things. Oh, another thing that I want to do. What if I put it as a resolution right now? Yeah, I'm putting it as a resolution. Then I'll actually freaking be incentivized to do it. Because then you guys can freaking call me out on it. Really? Am I out of room? Huh? Am I able to adjust how... I'm out of room on this. Huh, I've actually found the limit to... Alright. Let's bring out the... where are we? You can save that, whatever. That's the maximum amount of lines we can have on that. So let's get a window capture. This bigger. We'll expand this a bit if we need to. I can't actually change the size when it's in Notepad, I don't think. Oh, I can. 20, maybe? There we go. But I've had this freaking intent for how many months? Let's look when the video came out. It was the Lime video, I know that. I typed in Lime Malicious, not freaking Lime Archives. YouTube. I very much want the channel that I freaking looked up. Is this the one? Is this the video? Yes, this is the video. So when was this video? You know, YouTube, you can actually fucking work. That'd be great. Not YouTube eating up freaking 30% of my CPU on its own. This video was in November 3rd. So yeah, we're approaching 2 months and I still haven't done this yet. Do I have any other real freaking things that I want to add? I would like to... I mean, part of the... It's kind of a resolution, it's kind of not. Like, freaking... It goes hand in hand with one of those things that's already freaking on the list anyway, is stuff that I have to do due to it being a goal. Is the re-rigging. I just get stun-locked by it because... Well... I have to do it for all versions of the model when I do it. I guess that in general just freaking goes hand in hand with the mouth sync, though. We'll just leave that there, I suppose. Also do that. I don't know how else to phrase that. Because some of it's going to be writing, some of it's going to be videos and whatnot. I want to do Syncope lore videos some more because I haven't done one of those in a bit since I had the old model, which means that it's approaching a year. So we'll try for that. And hope for the best. I think that we can feasibly do that. Having Syncope lore actually expand. Because the exploration series is going on hold. For sure. I reached a point in it where a lot of what I wanted to do for it was with people I wasn't really close with, or just friends with in general. So I didn't wind up continuing to do it. Like, I kept mentioning the Dia fight piece, but I don't know. I didn't wind up doing that, and I don't really plan to because A, she's shifting designs anyway. Or, well, shifting outfits. And B, I just don't really feel like I should just start having direct interactions in semi-lore stuff with people that I'm not that close with. Even if it's, like, fake lore, like, the Exploration series is not canon. I mean, I guess that from where it is right now, it can be still canon, because I freaking stopped myself before I did anything with anyone that I'm not actually friends with. But yeah, a lot of my ideas that I had already got spent. So probably not gonna freaking do much more exploration series in the way that it was. I have like 1 or 2 things that I plan on maybe doing. But those might not be explorations related. Those might just be their own independent images. I also want to do more art streams. This isn't like a resolution or anything. It's just... it's something that's probably going to wind up inevitably happening due to how I have to freaking do stuff until I get a PC upgrade. Because we just gotta freaking... Oh, I know. I know one. There's a few videos I've had on the back burner. Because I haven't... I've had, like... Let me... down to 18, maybe? Yeah. I've had a few videos on voice training that have popped up, and I've kind of just had sitting around for however long. And I kind of want to get back into actually learning, which is something that I haven't done in a while. Like, I got some of my D-Rust in for Izakaya, but I need to orient myself toward doing more proper learning in order to actually follow up with that. I want to do a lot of different learning stuff this year. I'm not going to put it on the resolutions, because every year I do it, and every year I freaking get sidetracked with other stuff. It would be nice to learn another language. I'm not putting on my resolutions. Maybe me not putting on my resolutions, I'll actually do it. Maybe not. Who fucking knows? But I don't beat myself up over it if I don't succeed. In the event that I freaking don't set that as a resolution. Which I shouldn't beat myself up over it, because I don't feel like I need to. Focus on it. I have a lot of other things on my plate. I already have a lot of things that I freaking don't keep up to date on that I probably... I mean, they're luxury things. But I don't keep up to date on some of them, despite keeping saying I'm going to do them more, because I've been focusing a lot more on other stuff. Like art and working on behind-the-scenes projects and trying to catch up on stuff. And honestly, I don't feel like if I can't fit a little time to do things that I keep saying that I want to do, I don't feel like I should do something that I would beat myself up more over, because they're things that I feel like are more useful. So, who knows, maybe I'll freaking pick up a little language learning, but if I don't, I'm not as worried about it. I've already got a half dozen things that I want to work on, and stuff that I think is more important. Especially for what I do on a professional level. Like, you know, right there, voice acting stuff. I also feel like it's more productive in regards to opportunities, because I don't feel the need. If I don't get a degree in it, it's not going to be useful compared to the skills that I already have that I don't have degrees in. I guess is the best way to put it. Which is, you know, fucking annoying. But that's just the job market anymore. But I think that this year's going to be a lot more studying, learning oriented. Or, you know, refining my skills. Like I said, in regards to, like, art. I want to start improving my quality. I need to start actually putting the effort that I feel like I should into when I work on stuff. Because I have the capability of doing stuff in like an hour. Not an hour, obviously, unless it's like something super, super simple. But I have the capability of doing stuff in like a portion of a day. But I want the quality to go up. I'm not as worried about the speed of it when I can improve the quality of it. Because it's nice, but I know I can do it. And it's nice for like little warm-ups and whatnot. But when it's stuff that is sort of showing my hand, so to speak. Like, it's some people's first impressions when I freaking throw out something where the arm doesn't make sense, or the shading is half-assed, or something like that. It's not the kind of impression I want to give. Even if it means that I'm not behind. And especially since this year I had a lot of late birthday gifts for people, I feel like having a higher quality birthday gift for people is better than having an on-time one. It'd also help if I freaking actually set up like a schedule and whatnot. Like, actually kept track of dates and whatnot for that kind of stuff. Which I should do more. Because finding out last minute and then realizing that I fucked up because it's the later one of any of them is not great. The big example from last year being Juniper, where I wanted to do an art piece and I didn't actually get any done because I was busy during her birthday, I think it was. And then I didn't know until I didn't remember until the last minute on her anniversary. And then I couldn't think of anything to actually do for it. So that kind of happened. I think that what I'll do is how do I want to go about it? Because I have this very wishy-washy orientation on it, is the thing. I want to be able to keep track of it easier, but I also don't want the annoying notifications. Like, if I set it up on my phone, I'll get an annoying goddamn notification like 2 days beforehand, and it'll be like, hey, this person's birthday is in 2 days, you better fucking do it, something about it. And it won't, like, stay active, so I forget. It just annoys me because it decides that it wants to freaking notify me at an obnoxious time. But I think that I'll wind up doing something with that. It would be nice if I had a calendar that was just numbers. That way I didn't have to get a new calendar every goddamn year or something like that. Like, I just have it oriented, freaking write down each and every birthday or whatever, freaking bing bang boom. And anniversaries. Should probably focus on one or the other. Because if I don't have a whole lot of ideas, I also wind up in a bit of a problem when it comes to that. Because I'll do, like... I think that the worst part is when people's anniversaries and their birthdays are right next to each other. Oddly enough, the big example I have, which is a Woo, who has her anniversary like a week before her birthday, is the one that I had the least amount of problem with. I got her birthday art done, and then I freaking also... Or I got her anniversary art done, and then I got her birthday art done a little after. I do hers paired with Coldy a lot, because the way that I have their freaking art eye personalities set up, they're a good for duality kind of art pieces. Because every time I draw a Woo, it's in like the most menacing way, regardless of the freaking setting or whatnot. I don't think that I've drawn a Woo non-menacing in a single art piece. I also make her ears larger, like, every time. Not like... It's not as bad as Ovi's horns, where I swear that they'll take up half the screen if she doesn't lose the horns in her next design. But it's more than a little funny. I think that that's what I'll do for the next couple days, is I'll do like some start of the year setup stuff. Clean up my tabs, add a pinned... I'll have a pinned tab that has a calendar on it. Set the calendar up with like birthdays and anniversaries and whatnot that I can just set to renew every year. We've already listened to you. And then we also listened to you already. Actually, we'll go with that. And then hopefully that'll get me into the ability to keep track of that. And I'll have to get myself mentally into a routine to check it like every day. I need to do a lot of things relating to routine. That's another thing I need to do, is get myself into routines. And not get them screwed up by someone. She's the reason why my freaking workout routine is so scattered. Because she sleeps on my bed, and due to how my tailbone is, I use my bed for my freaking crunches. Because otherwise my ass hurts because my floor is hard and my tailbone just freaking digs into it. But that's the long and short of that logic. So... $500 on Twitch would be nice. I think that that's easy to get. We could probably get it within, like, maybe a month. if I play my cards right. 1,000 on Twitch and YouTube. YouTube, I think it's easily possible because it's easier to freaking get your face out there. Twitch might not be too bad. Full upgrade to my 8-year-old rig. That's gonna be one of the big goals for the start. We're gonna be starting up a marathon. Basically starting after the remainder of the holiday winter break region is over. That won't be too bad. I need to add some parts to my throne. I need to set up the goal for it. And then I need to line up what I want to actually stream for the marathon. Because I don't know if I have anything that's on that has that mythical property in the community, like I hadn't until last year finished Skyrim since it came out. I had never once finished the game, despite starting it 30 times. I don't know if I have anything on my list that has that kind of, aura to it. Then again, maybe we do a lot of art. I already know that a lot of it's going to have to be just chatting and art for the marathon, just because of how we got to this point in the first place, where doing anything else starts to eat through my freaking CPU for breakfast. Attend a convention again is probably the most wishy-washy on the goal, because the full 8-year rig upgrade means that a lot of money that is probably going to be made this year is going to go to that. The business expense, so I'll at least be able to freaking write that off. But that does mean that convention is probably one of the more far-fetched goals, because I just don't have the money. Teber mentioned that you two were talking about a convention. I think that Teber said you were talking about Offkai. Problem is that the money problem becomes even bigger when it comes to that, because that means I have to get a plane ticket. Reach out and collab at least once a month. This one is... January's is going to probably be the hardest one of this. It's very difficult in regards to an aspect of some of the easier ideas I have just been no's, because certain people don't want to do certain things. Plus, I'm just in a situation where I don't know if I can. Because games require me to have a PC that can run them. Which puts us back up to the 8-year-old rig problem. Gonna cycle back to that a lot. Resolutions. These are ones that are 100% into my control. So they're actually ones that I should keep track of on my own. One short or video to YouTube a week. Not too difficult. Shorts are like the easiest thing to freaking do in regards to that. I can put a clip, put that over there. I can do a short little bit of lore, put that over there. I can do some more advice, put that over there. X, Y, and Z. Draw Nasu at least once a month. Not too difficult. Not too bad. The difficult part is ideas. Because sometimes I just don't have ideas. Like, January is probably one of those months where the idea is the hardest part of it. February's easy because it's got Valentine's Day in it. March. Do we have anything for March? Do I have an easy out on March? I don't know if I have an easy out on March. April, I have my Tuberversary. That's an easy one. May. Actually, has March got... March has Easter, then I might have that one covered already. Either way, the point is that as long as I have ideas, I at least have something to work with there. That's not too bad. Start work on Syncope short story. I already have, like, the basic premise as to what I plan on doing for it. I just have to write it. It could be a good thing for me to do when I don't feel like doing art during a break day or something. What I really need for that is I need to get a freaking writing service that's able to use dark mode, because looking at paper, that's the reason why it takes me so long to write, like, letters and whatnot, is I wind up just... my eyes start hurting looking at the white so long. That I wind up not being able to do it. 500 on my exercises. This is, like, in a day, being able to do 500 on my cross crunches and my squats. Squats I've gotten there before. I've reached, I think that when we did squats at every break segment during Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, I think I hit 800 in a single day. I did not appreciate it. I was fucked up for like 3 days afterward, but I've been there. I've gotten 100 in a single set on my cross crunches before. That's why I say that I could probably make it to 1,000 theoretically. Create one merch item. It's probably going to be the mouse pad. It'll probably be a merch item mostly for myself unless I freaking find someone to do merch with. that I can like. The difficult part is that a lot of places want you to have a certain baseline for your following in order to do that with. Focus on one area of art improvement a month. I already know what I'm going to do for this month. This month is going to be faces. Or maybe shading. Because there is one aspect of shading that I did want to focus on. And then I take like a half hour to an hour on each thing. Like a day. Fix mouth sync. I could theoretically do that after stream. The difficult part is that during stream, mouth sync winds up becoming a bit disjointed because of lag spikes, which goes back to our problem with the 8-year-old rig. I can fix the mouth sync in concept, and then I can also re-rig and whatnot. It's not that difficult. Public syncope lore once a month. That can also be covered in the one short video to YouTube a week. That wouldn't be that difficult. I wanted to do one syncope lore thing a week like 2 years ago, and then Mom went to the hospital, and then, well, we know how that ended. Return to proper VAD Rust and learning. Like I said, I have some videos that I have access to that I can work with on that. It should be relatively reasonably feasible. And then vocally, I'm going to say that there's a nice to have of, if I get everything oriented the way that I want it to, barring anything like major and bad happening, which who knows what could happen because I already have at least one thing that's fresh in my mind that could throw a wrench into things. I would like to start to learn a new language. That's a big stretch goal / resolution / maybe I don't do it at all. That one is very up in the air. That's why I'm not writing it down. It is only being vocal. Because we already have a long list of goals here. And resolutions. Alright, I really have to pee, so I'm going to be right back. another few things that I'm labeling as like resolutions of sorts without actually like them being resolutions, I think. Is several cleaning things, I think. Because I have certain things just like disorganized around or stuff that's just gotten cluttered or what have you. And I feel like I should actually clean some of them up and I think that I just had a freaking little one decide that it was gonna beat her head against my freaking door. That because I'm not pissing anymore. But I feel like I need to organize some around here again. Because there's certain things that have cluttered around or are kind of just sitting around like this grouping of stuff up here. Like this, I need to freaking... This is all mostly junk. It's not junk, it's important stuff, but it's not stuff that I need near my desk, is what I'm saying. It's outdated, it's just important stuff that I should keep track of. But there's also stuff up there that is not as useful. Or stuff that I need to place in other areas. Because they're a little in the way. I almost need like a smaller shelf just for all the little trinket kind of deals that I have. Like I have this obsidian crow up here. But I need to reorganize, mostly because there's also stuff that I want to be able to place in areas, and especially when a lot of the stuff that I ordered last year comes in, I need to be able to place it. And for it to be secure. Because the last thing I need is for like the standees can go up there. Like I said, I gotta reorganize a little bit of stuff. The standees, I need to expand the area that the standees go. Those will be fine. But I need to clean out my cabinet well, I say I need to clean out. I need to dust it. But I have a display case that I need to freaking dust and whatnot. Because it's been a bit since I've done that. Raymu's very dusty. The girls are all very dusty. My freaking glass what's the word I'm looking for? Glass reliefs, I believe is the way that what they're called. They're like little chunks of glass that have had whales cut out of them. Like, those need to be dusted, stuff like that. Yeah, I think that maybe after stream I'll clean a bit. Maybe that's my first freaking priority after stream. Reorganization. Because I'll like clean my floor and whatnot regularly, but the shelving and whatnot above kind of just starts to get cluttered with so much stuff that I have collected. And we'll find temporary spots for it and just not untemporary those spots. I am feeling a bit better than I was, though, like, in the past few weeks. I can't even say few days. Past few weeks. But I'm getting a bit head woozy-ish. But I'm feeling a bit better. I think that part of it was just like New Year's dread kind of thing going on. I didn't get some of the things that I wanted to get done in time. Either way. Let's see if there's anyone to raid. Went for a little over 3 hours. That's not bad. I forgot that I put myself into special events. I know who I'd rate if they weren't doing Marvel Rivals, because they're doing an event of sorts. If I can't find anyone else, I'll probably still break my rule on that. A lot of people have been doing Stardew today. see. Ju is going. I knew you were gonna spell it that way. Meg is doing just chatting. She did recently have a new model. A bit larger than what I'd normally break right into is the problem. Would it be weird to raid into this person is the problem. Like the battle shapers. Oh, they might be ending? Maybe. Yeah, they're also a voice actor, so at least according to their name. I have no idea if they're still going. Yeah, we'll go with this person. Well, okay, well, this is gonna be a little awkward. Thanks, Twitch. I don't really have any plans. We're gonna be playing it by ear until next week. Next Sunday we'll freaking actually have stuff up. Speaking of which, there's the socials. You can join the Discord or follow the Blue Sky. That's what I'm more active on. In order to keep updated on things such as when I go live, the schedule that I just mentioned, and art. That's gonna be it for me tonight. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for the follows, raids, all that good jazz. I'm exhausted and my eye hurts. Love y'all. Bye.